razor, double shot without the chaser. I soliloquies at high frequency, so raise the fader. Run tell a neighbor, hip-hop's resuscitator. Freshly caught, food for thought brought, so kick the waiter. The gladiator, now bingy in a 6 shoe. I'm laid back with the all-met 6'2". We camouflage black, made back 6'2". Then we levitate, weightless, bird's eye view. Cool, I didn't sign up for the show and tells. I do this thing here for Oscar Grant.
I've always had this natural inclination to music. I got into hip-hop because I thought it was the coolest shit on the planet. You know, when I was 12 or 13 years old, I think that's when I actually fell in love with hip-hop. And we know hip-hop was very different then, you know. But it was a broad spectrum. You know, in one breath I could listen to Public Enemy, and another breath I could listen to NWA. What brought me into spoken word? I'm in love with words. I'm in love with the art of expression. So going through something that was horrible, probably about 10 or 15 years ago, a friend of mine by the name of Talam AC, who's actually a dear brother of mine now, he took me to a spoken word in Trenton called Urban Word. And I've never been to spoken word before. I thought it was the corniest thing. It's like, I'm gonna get here and do some corny poems like love in the air and sunshine on my cheekbone. And I was like, man, this is just not me. And Salam got on that stage and he did a poem called Come Back Forward. And I've never in my life to this day, the chills. I was like, yo, that's hip hop, but it's not. Like, oh my God, you know, and it was just ill. I mean, scientifically, I loved it because I wasn't constrained to the beat. I didn't have to worry about I didn't have to worry about writing in 16 bars. I wasn't restricted. I could just write. And contrary to what people believe about poetry, I wasn't restricted to a cinquain or a haiku. I could do something called a free verse. I can even put hooks in the poem like a rap song. So I was like, OMG, and I took off.
Surely we be ready once that war has gotten heavy. Kept them burners by the bevy. Turn that defense to confetti. Steady aiming where your children at. Damage where you building at. Annihilate you from the map. This is more than just a rap.
This whole conversation around gun laws and how they're only doing buybacks in the hood. And how we're kind of buying into this concept of relinquishing our right to protect ourselves. So I went to someone who was speaking on the subject that Americans could digest a little better, because for some reason, if we were to put a black man there talking about gun laws, it wouldn't ride over as well. So I figured, why not go get Jesse Ventura, an all-American white guy, who's talking about gun law and has the same sentiment that I would have, or that you would have. Maybe it'll go over better. So I did that in the beginning, and then I just wanted to tell the story in a visual sense of how they could just run up in your house and do whatever they want to do. They don't care about you, your family, your children. It is what it is. I was thinking of a concept for Hookless 2, and I was in the studio one day, and I'm not going to say any names, but someone was there that I'm sure people know. And they were like, OMG, you are such a great artist. You can really rhyme. Oh, I haven't heard anyone since Lauryn Hill, but you got to change your content. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to be preached to. We want to get off work, pop a beer, and feel good. We don't want to hear all of that. So I wrote Hookless 2 for them, specifically for them, that I'm not going to water down my content to cater to ignorance. I don't cater to ignorance. I mean, there are artists who can cater to that. I don't, and I won't.
Let's be very clear, I ain't here to drink beer, smoke weed, shoot the breeze, and break bread with you. I'm only here to resurrect the living dead with you. Thought it was some kind of a game, I'm not playing with you. I got the Moorish warlords with Moroccan sharp swords, Ethiopians with white face camouflage. Already disciplined and ready for that sabotage. You listen to Minaj? Word? You should kill yourself and everybody that you came with. Arrangements.
I would love for my music to just be classic. Something that can like stand against time. We can put in Rakim music today and it rocks. We can go to a Rakim concert and you're still spellbound. I want my music to do that. I would also be alive if I said I didn't want my music to set me free financially. You know, that would be great. I love my day job. I'm an educator, so I get to be around youth all day. And that's great, but I would also like to write music all day. I would also like to go out and speak to youth about music all day and help them create their crafts. That's all I'm really looking for. I don't really want to stardom. I don't want to walk down the street and I can't have my moment of privacy because 1,000 people know me or paparazzi is rolling up on me. I don't want to be critiqued like that because I'm not a perfect person. And in this society, when you blow to certain heights, suddenly people want to find out what's wrong with you. What didn't you do right? And they start peeling the folds. And I don't want that. So I don't want the stardom. I don't want my name on billboards. I just want classic music. I want my name mentioned amongst the greats. And I want to inspire children to own what they produce and to produce what's from their heart.
You can bet me, Phoenix if they try to dead me, and a republic of gorillas stood ready to wreck me. I pull verses from my spleen for the have-nots who seem caught between the rocks and the hard spots. And most listening are subject to conditioning. They need a hook, something snappy just to pull them in. I truly sympathize, I hope this pretty